Hey guys, Jesse Martin, Team JM Fitness. So this video is going to be a little bit long. It's not going to be a short, but I want to go from my weekly assessment, confession, and adjustment. So we'll get started with the assessment we're talking about in a week's period of time on my 10-week fat loss journey, which we'll mention more in a little bit, but I'm going to show a clip of comparison of my scale weight at the beginning last Wednesday and what it is today, and just a little brief shot of upper body flexing a week ago as opposed to today. So all right, so with the assessment, you can see that I've lost about 5.5 pounds. I went from 234.4 to 229.0 this morning. By my scales, my body fat was 35.3 at the beginning. Now it is 34.4, I think, or 34.5. My waist actually went down a little over an inch from 40 to about 38.75. And the way I accomplished that was, I had mentioned to you in one of the shorts that I was doing a 50-30-20 split with macronutrients, doing 50% protein, 30% carbohydrates, and 20% fat. That came out to around 300 grams of protein a day, 185 grams of carbohydrates a day, and about 47 grams of fat a day, loosely. If I'm within 5 to 10 grams of each, then by my past, the way I used to do it, that was a successful day. I was also doing 40 to 45 minutes of cardio 4 or 5 times over the past week. So that was the thing that drove some of that loss. Now, a lot of the loss in the first week is always water, right? Because I'm not going to get into all of that. It can get a little complicated. But anyway, so the fact is I lost a little over 5 pounds the first week. That's not uncommon. That should be normal that you lose a little bit more because you're flushing out a lot of the water out of the muscle. When it pulls out glycogen, it pulls out water too, so you lose water weight the first week. The next week is generally the one that you can track to find out if what you're doing is actually beneficial for you or if you need to make adjustments. However, I said that this video is going to be assessment, and we did that, confession, and adjustments. I'm going to make a confession now. I am 60 years old. I don't want to prep like I was doing bodybuilding contests in my earlier years. To me, that I don't want to do that anymore. I train people, I had coached people on this channel for a long time with the approach that I use. I even have an ebook, 5 Steps to Fat Loss. And I talked about the approach that I use to get in shape and to help our clients get in shape. The problem with that in hindsight is that it creates a type of bondage. So this is kind of the direction that I want this series to go from now on. I'm gonna erase the 10-week thing, because I want this to be more of a lifestyle change, and I want it to be intuitive in that I want to apply some of the principles that lead to success without being locked into a plan that brings imprisonment. So I don't want to do an hour worth of cardio every day. to me, it's superfluous at this point. If I'm lifting weights and I'm doing cardio, I want to do some cardio. I enjoy doing some amount of cardio, but I don't want to be a prisoner to a schedule, if that makes sense. Same thing with my eating. I want to get to a place where I'm not tracking my macros. And guys, you have to hear my heart on this. For me, getting to a place where I'm not tracking and meticulously planning out these things are as difficult as it would be for someone that doesn't like exercise and nutrition to implement a plan. That's difficult for them. For me, not to be a control freak about my approach is difficult for me because it's the only way I've known to do it. And so I'm trying to learn a new way. So moving forward, it's going to be more intuitive. The progress may not come as quickly, but again, I want to change the name of what we're doing from a 10-week fat loss phase to aging well. I want to age well. I want to encourage some of my peers that are not in their 20s anymore to take an approach that is sustainable and works within your lifestyle. So what that doesn't mean is that we aren't cognizant of different things that we're doing. We need to again, apply some of these general principles that we know can help in success. So, and we'll talk more about that as time goes on. But this morning, I just wanted to give you just a real life confession of the fact that I started going down that rabbit hole of being locked into a pre-contest type of regimen, and I want freedom, and that's not freedom. And again, I led people in that direction to compete, and in hindsight, I kind of wish I hadn't have, because I know that can lead a person into that type of bondage to where their validation comes from the amount of physical progress they make. And life is life is more than just how much, how many lines you have in your striations you have in your quadriceps, or how many new veins that you're seeing in your arms. Do I want to be healthy? Yes. Do I want to look good? Of course I do. Everybody does. I'm not going to lie about that. But I want to do it in a way that is beneficial and healthy for my mental state, and that allows me to have the freedom to pursue the things that are the most important. My faith, number one, my relationship with Jesus Christ, and my family, and my friends, to be present instead of being there, but my mind is locked into what do I have to eat next? What time do I need to do this, and all of that kind of thing. There's no point at that at this age. I'm trying to tell you some wisdom as a guy that's been doing this for over 40 years. So hopefully you'll continue with me on the journey, but it's not going to be this hardcore, suck it up and do it at all costs type thing. It's going to be, how can we do this to where we can enjoy it and celebrate the fact that we're healthy enough to move well, and still make some progress along the way, but doing it in a way that doesn't detract from the other things that are important in our life. Anyway, so I hope you'll stick with me. God bless you guys. Have a great day, and we will talk soon.